Everybody, good afternoon. This is Inaisha. Welcome back to my channel, Ignited Intuition. I'm here today to do a pick a card reading for what makes you unique. I have 4 piles and I'm using the Slow Tarot as well as the Witch's Wisdom Oracle. And if you are new to pick a cards, basically you're going to pick the pile that you are drawn to, that you feel is going to bring out the messages that you need as far as what makes you unique. And it could be 1 pile, it could be 2 piles, but basically do it however it feels right, whether it comes to you in numbers, in letters, 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D. Does one glow to you? Are you seeing writing over one? Are you seeing words, pictures? It's however intuition plays a hand in your life. So that is how you choose. Okay? So choose and I shall be back. Alright, so welcome back. If you chose pile 1, this is what makes you unique. You have Lady Goddess, Feminine. You have Candles, Magic. You have Balance, which is Justice. You have the 8 of Coins. Is that Justice? Oh my God, I have to think about that. 8 of Coins. 9 of Wands. And Temptation, which is the Devil card. Okay, so give me one moment. Okay, so this is what makes you unique. And again, we have the Lady Goddess, Feminine. Balance, which is Justice. 8 of Coins. 9 of Wands. Temptation, which is the Devil. And Candles, Magic. Right off the bat, I'm getting you are an attractive person. You are sensual, sexual. You might have a very active sacral chakra. May like warm colors, the colors like orange. But a part of you is very open in that flow of energy that comes through the solar plexus. I'm sorry, through the sacral chakra. But there's also like a seriousness behind all of that like oozing energy, because you are very much a hard worker. You will stop at nothing to do what needs to be done. I don't see you as a slacker. You're definitely not somebody who's a slacker. You are always trying to do something with your energy, whether it's creating, some kind of activity, a physical activity, a mental pursuit. You do not rest. I do not see you as somebody who rests. You are continuously trying to better yourself. So you are always learning. You are always taking a look, you're always being observant in the world. And, you do what you can with what you have. And so you are also inclined to protect what you have. That's that seriousness that I feel from you. But very much someone who I see like stops at nothing, especially when it comes to the pursuit of what makes you feel good, what you enjoy. Like you won't stop until you get what you feel like you deserve. And definitely there's nothing wrong with that. There's that type of person needed that is a starter, a go-getter type of person. So on top of that, I see that you are pretty like relaxed and fair. Like you are a generous person. You are not stingy. It doesn't seem like you're stingy here, because you like to give as much as you get. There's a sensation of reciprocation when it comes to what you're learning about, what you're learning about and what you know you like to share, because you feel like you've done so much work, that you've been through so many trials, that you've done the hard stuff, that you are able to show people, you know, a little bit of something that takes the weight off the shoulders of their life when it comes to like hardships and things. You know, you want them to have a chance, and I see that you allow people to have a chance. But yeah, what makes you unique? You're definitely magnetic. People look at you, someone who is strong, someone who's reliable, someone who definitely has their shit together. They see you as ultra like sexy and sensual. I'm definitely feeling that. If you're a woman, people are always drawn to you, and they admire you. They definitely admire you. Now, you probably too tend to find or attract people who need you, that need your help, that need what you are all about. They find something in you that they feel like they need in order to either, get ahead or move on or heal or something. You're like bringing that out in somebody, like the wounded archetype. You're that person of strength and of knowledge that they know that they can go to, because you'll always take care. You're not gonna do. You're not gonna feel like you're not gonna push on them more than others would. But yeah, it makes you unique. So that's what I get for you, and I hope you enjoyed this reading. And till the next time. All right. See ya. Okay, so if you picked pile 2, these are your cards. Let's see. It says Magic Circle, Protection, Mayboon, Balance, we have 9 of Swords, we have Death, 6 of Wands, Knight of Swords, and Balance. So give me a moment. Okay, pile 2, this is what makes you unique. Right away, I'm getting such strength and resolve from this spread. There's definitely some heavy card energy here. 9 of Swords, Death, Mayboon in the balance cycle, where it's dark to light, light to dark. Even the Knight here riding on the Knight of Swords. And the need of a magic circle and protection here. So what I feel that makes you unique is that you have such an ability to get over hard things, because you leave yourself well protected. There's a part of you that is able to, at the slightest discomfort of the self in your mind, or the slightest, slightest surge in energy that you feel that brings you any kind of like anxiety or despair, or any kind of feelings of not feeling good or negative feelings, like you squash that immediately. It's like you're able to recognize what is making you feel disappointed, sad, angry, like anything that you can feel. You see that, you do what needs to be done as far as like casting words of affirmation. That's like a kind of like casting of a circle, of a spell. It's all about what you can do after those feelings arise, that you are able to protect yourself enough where you are in this continuous cycle of regeneration, release, rebirth, even that death cycle, right, of something dying off and becoming again, you're always able to come out on the upside, after that, like after the fact. Like you're able to, you be in the ring, take those blows, but then you're like, well, I'm coming back, because there's like a sense of always trying to fortify your mind. Because in the Nine of Swords, there's the stillness, right? There's the stillness of a mind where without the movement, it's easily susceptible to attack. But in the Knight of Swords, this energy is always trying to move in, right? It's always trying to mess with that stillness and create movement, create some kind of friction. So that's what makes you unique. You have an ability to feel that your life and yourself and who you are will always be successful, will always come out on top. And it's like there's the ups and downs of life. You're okay with that. You can handle that. Some people can't handle the ups and downs of life. They always want to be up, and they don't realize that with gravity, here on this plane, what we know that what goes up must come down, right? Some people don't have a handle on those ups and downs of life. They can't roll with things, and they can't let things slide off their back, knowing like, oh, eventually I'm like here right now, but I can be up again. You have this ability to also like cycle out new ideas and old ideas. You definitely have that ability of being like innovative in a way where your mind is constantly moving, creating, like things are coming in, information's coming in, and you're interpreting it, and it's coming out in a different way than you have actually received it. So you have that ability too. So like almost like like multifaceted, especially in the knowledge that you feel like with every little battle there comes a victory. You like those victories. You like creating victories for yourself. You like going to battle. You like going up against something, whatever that is, whether it's going up against yourself, going up against a literal other person, going up against an idea, and you like to change it, manipulate it to your advantage, and that to you is a victory. And so that's like the type of person that you are. Also, there's a sense of lightness and darkness here, especially with, I feel like these cards here are darker in a sense, and this here and this are light. And so even though it's one card, two card to three, this one kind of, that one kind of counts as like one, and this is the one that actually counts as two in my mind. So it's like an evenness here, and it all brings it back to a sense of protecting yourself, protecting your assets, protecting your mind, protecting your well-being. You have that in spades, right? You really have that powerhouse type of energy that that people wish for. People want to be able to be fortified like this and like have their shit together, and be able to like be at peace with where they are in their life in every moment. And you have that. That makes you unique. Okay? So I hope you like this reading, pile number 2, and I'll see you again. Okay, hello, pile number 3. This is your reading if you chose it. This is what makes you unique. You have Litha, intensification. Familiar, guardian. King of Cups. 10 of Cups. Two of Swords. And Queen of Cups. Damn. Right, a lot of cups here. So give me a moment. Okay, so pile number 3. These are your cards. You have Litha, Intensification, the King of Cups, Ten of Cups, Two of Swords, Queen of Cups, and Familiar Guardian. Right off the bat, you are the first pile here that is all about the heart and the generosity of the loving creature that you are. So that is specifically one of the things right off the bat that makes you unique. You have such a complete, balanced, well-balanced idea and knowledge and feeling of what love is. You have here both the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. This is like uniting the two halves. You know what I'm saying? The feminine, if you're going to look at it as feminine and masculine, or uniting a pair, the couple, man and woman. It could be interchangeable, woman and woman, man and man. But the point is the two halves. You have that here. On top of having the Ten of Cups, what makes you unique is your idea of love. You have such an ability to show others exactly what it means to love and exactly what it means to be a loving person on this earth. This is intensified too by the Litha card in intensification. It's showing me that your ability to reach many people on through like a heartfelt space is immense. Like you have it in you that something that like draws people to you in a manner where they're always telling you like how wonderful you are, always telling you what big spirit, like what kind of big spirit you are or have, that like how are you this way. People are always coming up to you like feeling like they've known you for a while too. It might be even like strangers or people that gave you compliments randomly that you wouldn't even have thought were looking at you that way or interpreting you that way. But yeah, you have this sensation of comfort. You are almost like a guardian over people. You know what I mean? Like they see you as this earth angel almost. It's it's definitely like that. That's making you unique. And it's funny here, if you see in the Two of Swords, there's a heart actually on this guy's chest, this person's chest here, and the Two of Swords it represents like a conflict, and the fact that the heart is showing here, it means it's internal, right? The conflict is on the inside, and yes, the Two of Swords is a mind card, where Swords is mind, but when we play in the area where we take mind, right, it's always like mind over heart. Which way do you go? And in a sense, like how to balance matters of the heart. So you might be even a good like type of person to go to for like advice on love matters. Like maybe you give love readings, or people are always coming to you about their love lives. Like it's the idea of love. It's completely like surrounding you. I'm sorry I keep talking about this, but it's like clearly, it's clearly here in these cards. And yeah, so again, people looking up to you, people coming to you, seeking your attention, seeking even just to be in your company. Like people enjoy being in your company. I don't think that anybody in their right mind can say anything about you as far as you having a mean bone in your body. Now that's not to say that you don't occasionally get angry, because you are, human. But as far as who you are, what makes you unique, no one can say that you have any type of like mean-spirited energy in you. You act like a protector. So what you want to initiate, as far as what comes from your heart, it is always magnified. So if you want to protect someone, they are protected, because you just intending it has already made it more magnified than it could have been. Like it gave it more energy to manifest into, the earth plane. Now I'm going to read a little bit about Letha to see what it says here. Okay, so Letha, I guess, is the summer solstice. It says the summer solstice marks the height of the sun's powers on the longest day of the year. Thousands gather at Stonehenge each year to witness the rising of the sun over the heel stone. Midsummer was celebrated in ancient times with hilltop bonfires at night to honor the power of the sun over darkness. This is a time of abundance, fulfillment, and strength. So, just reading that little bit, it definitely shows me that you are like almost like the light of someone's life. Like, people really care about you deeply. You have that unique spirit that really lets people feel like warm and, makes people feel at home with you, makes people feel good, man. You just make people feel really, really good. And, you know, some people, like summertime, you know, um, because it's like the brightening of the year, the sun's coming out. So in Litha here, I feel like that sun like magnifying. So you are like the sun, and you make people shine. That is what makes you unique. You bring out goodness in people because you yourself are good. You like to feel good, and yeah. I mean, I hope this reading made sense for you. And till the next time, okay? I'll see you, you beautiful, loving creature. Okay, pile number 4. If you've chosen pile number 4, this is your reading as to what makes you unique. Cloak, concealment. Tarot cards, guidance. The Sun. 5 of Coins. 3 of Swords. And Page of Coins. Okay, give me a moment. Okay, pile number 4. This is your pile. Right off the bat, what makes you unique? I see that you have been in places and been in places throughout your life where things have not always been peachy. Things have not always gone well for you. Feel like you've known struggles. You've known despair. You've known angst, anguish. You've known suffering. You've known heartbreak. You've known, almost like mind-numbing psychoses. Not to be so intense as to use such a word as psychoses, but you've really had it rough when it came to the cages that you've built in your mind, and the imprisonments that the places your mind has taken you. Things like that. I feel like you've definitely known the rougher stuff of life, but what makes you unique is in knowing and in experiencing all these things that have shaped you, you have never lost your sense of innocence. You have never lost your sense of self, as far as you've always preserved that part of yourself that you knew that no one else can touch and that no one else can take away from you. It's the feeling that you experienced at one point in your life, that euphoria in knowing that this was the moment you decided that you were going to always live for yourself despite others, despite your own pain even, and that you would do everything you could to make sure that you knew there was always possibilities at hand. You knew that you were never too far from the sun, that you were never too far from the light, even if it seemed far gone. I feel like that's what makes you unique. Your ability now to even know that you'll never be too far from having exactly what you need when it needs to be presented to you. I feel like you did a lot of inner work, whether that's spirit work or shadow work throughout your life, but it allowed you to take everything that has happened to you, good and bad, and especially the bad, but it allowed you to, you know, come to terms and see what it is that you were going through, so that you could integrate that with yourself and heal that part of yourself and put those parts of yourself to rest, because you knew that if you held them with you in each moment and in these moments, then you could not, it would be a much harder mission to try to reach that light and reach that sun, because you'd be weighed down, because you hadn't put these things to rest. But yeah, I feel like what makes you unique is maybe you started early on in your life, using spirit. Maybe you're like a spiritual person, but like someone who started early on in life, asking for guidance from angels, or asking for guidance from goddesses and gods, or asking for advice from Egyptian culture, Native American culture. Like, oh, you took it upon yourself to seek out help for your life, because it was driving you to a place that you didn't like. It was driving you farther away from seeing the glory of yourself. And that ability to like pull yourself out, to really introspectively reflect upon who you are and integrate that with yourself and heal that for yourself, and take the path of feeling opportunity and joy versus despair and limitations, that is unique, because not many people can say that they themselves have pulled themselves out from a space they didn't want to be in, and that they did everything they could to seek that guidance, whether it was from actual, like, physical people like therapists and social workers, or the guidance of spirit in the realm of the divine, and angels and goddesses and gods, and whatever it is that you put yourself through. So that's what makes you unique, and I'm gonna stop there. I am gonna stop there. That's what makes you unique, Pile 4. Take it, run with it, and I'll see you again. Alright? Bye. Okay, so this is the end. Thank you very much for tuning in and checking out this video. Wanted to do a little quick pick a card as to what made you unique. So I hope that whatever piles you chose brought you the messages that you want to hear. And if not, choose again. And if not, choose another person, because there's tons of great readers out there. But the purpose of me uploading these videos to my channel, again, my name is Inesha. This is Ignited Intuition. Purpose is because I love reading cards and I want to connect with more people. So in hopes that this video finds more and more and more people, yes, let's do it. Okay? Thanks again. See ya.